Hi, and welcome to Geeky Girls Knit. My name's Cece, and this is my daughter Damaris. And we are recording the pilot episode of our new video podcast, Geeky Girls Knit. And so we want to start by introducing ourselves to you, and so that way you can get to know us a little bit better. Like I said, my name's Cece. If you want to find me on Ravelry, my username is Java Pearl, JAVAPURL. I'm Damaris's mama for almost 13 years now. Her birthday's coming up pretty quick. And I've been married to Russ for almost 15 years. Our anniversary is next month, so we're excited about 15 years together. I am a self-taught knitter. I taught myself to knit probably in like 2005. Yeah, that's probably about right. I taught myself from a kit that I bought at one of those big chain stores, and merrily worked along doing Afghans and baby blankets and baby hats and stuff like that, but only stuff that I could kind of figure out on my own because I didn't have anyone really around me that knitted. But in February of this year, yeah, we moved back to the town where Russ and I went to seminary, to grad school. And while we had been gone, a local yarn shop had opened up. Hi, Yarnies. Hi, Linda. Hi, everybody at Yarnies. And so in the last probably 4 months, I've taken some classes there and have learned a lot of new techniques and have started knitting socks. I'm obsessed with socks. I love socks, especially 2 at a time, toe up. That's the only way to do it. No second sock syndrome.
I don't know. I've never knitted socks.
Soon. Okay. So I've learned some things, and so that's been kind of cool. I know just enough crochet to be dangerous. I'm not very good at it. I did use crochet on the edging on a sweater I did recently, and I read the pattern wrong and did it wrong. But I like how it looks, so it all turned out good. But other than that, crochet is just not my cup of tea. So knitting all the way. Before we moved back here to medium-sized town, Texas. I don't want to say the city just in case, just for security. But we're in kind of West Texas. We were living in Houston, Texas, and I worked for 2 years as a hospital chaplain at a couple of hospitals there in Houston. And I worked most of my time in the NICU with the preemie babies and with their families. And so there, while I was there, I kind of developed a passion for knitting hats for those little preemies. And I've actually designed a pattern you can find on Ravelry called Top Down Preemie Hat. I think
something like that.
Top Down Preemie Hat. If you go on my Java Pearl page, it has a link to it, and it's a freebie pattern to using an Emily O cast on to knit a preemie hat from the top down. But also while we were there in Houston, I have a chronic illness called fibromyalgia, and it got worse while we were there, and I ended up using a cane or in a wheelchair a lot of the time. So I had to stop working and have been at home with that since. But that's one of my other design patterns that I've got out there. For my cane, I knitted a nice little cozy, and it's called My Cane Didn't Want to Be Naked Anymore. And it's another freebie pattern. You can find it on my page as well. And then I've got some ideas in my head for some other patterns that I'm thinking about starting to design soon. And so hopefully I can get some more stuff designed. What else about me? I love pink.
No,
not at all. I hate pink. No, I love pink. Love all things pink. I love to knit with pink yarn. In fact, they worry about me when I don't knit with pink yarn because they think my friends at the yarn shop think something's wrong. But, you know, baby boys don't always necessarily want pink, so, you know, sometimes sometimes I have to do something a little different. And I love coffee and chocolate and all those kinds of yummy goodness. And I am a pretty big fan of the Gilmore Girls, even though I know it's been off the air for a long time. It's still my favoriteest show ever, and I really have gotten into Bunheads recently. Which is done by the same producer as Gilmore Girls, and I actually have a Bunheads group on Ravelry that I lead. So if you're interested in that, come join us. And my other big, big love of TV is Lost. Now I have lots of other TV loves. We're going to talk about that in a few minutes. But I have my big, big top ones are probably Gilmore Girls and Lost. So I think that's everything about me, kind of. I'm a pretty open book, so if you want to know more, I didn't say it, just ask, because I'll tell you. I'm pretty open about it. So, anyway, so Damaris, you want to introduce yourself to everybody?
Sure. Hi, I'm Damaris. If you want to find me on Ravelry, I'm Princess Damaris, PrincessDamaris. My mama here taught me to knit in 2007, but I didn't really get started, like, really knitting until fall of last year.
Yeah, that's right.
And
what do you like to knit?
Scarves. I have a large collection of scarves, which is absurd because we live in Texas where you can wear a scarf for 1 day a year and that's it.
Well, maybe more than 1 day.
Okay, 2 days.
Okay.
I like to write, and I like to read, and I like to knit.
Yes, we're both working on knitting projects. We'll show you in a little bit. So that's why we keep looking down, if you're wondering, because we're knitting while we talk to you.
And I like to sing.
Yes, you're a good singer.
Okay. And unlike my mama, which she likes one color only a whole lot.
Well, I like other colors with it.
Well, but you like pink a whole lot.
Well, that's true.
Yes. Unlike my mama, who likes one color a whole lot, I like all colors a whole lot. Rainbow and neon and
pink.
Pop. Pop.
Pink.
Pop.
Okay.
And I really like Doctor Who and Narnia and Harry Potter and Sherlock and Firefly.
Hey, we're going to talk about TV later.
But you were saying what you like.
But what are your top ones?
Oh, do I have to choose?
Yeah, because we'll talk about the other ones after a while.
Okay. Fine. Doctor Who.
Yes, I knew that one.
Sherlock.
Yeah.
Narnia.
Yeah.
And Harry Potter.
Okay.
Fine.
What else?
And I think that's about it.
What grade are you in?
8th. Well, I'm going to be in 8th grade next Tuesday.
And where do you go to school?
In my house.
That's right. We homeschool. More time for knitting, and knitting counts as art.
I do my school in my pajamas.
Amen. That's the way to go. Okay, so I think that's probably everything about our introduction. So let's move on to the next topic. All right, so next we want to talk about why geeky girls knit. Well, geeky girls knit just because it's cool. Because we can. But specifically, why are we doing a podcast and why is it called Geeky Girls Knit? We had talked about for a while now doing a podcast.
Yeah.
And we kind of debated about whether to do just an audio one or a video one. And we've been listening to some and watching some podcasts recently too. And we just kind of thought it would be a fun way to talk about something that we both love and a project to do together. And heck, we can count it as schoolwork too,
Yeah.
right? Yeah. Because we got to do.
Knitting's my art.
Knitting's your art, but like the video editing and stuff too. It can be like an AV class or something. Audio visual.
Oh. I
Not,
knew that.
not like the old days where the TV and the VCR were pushed into the classroom on this big old Jemima cow cart.
I don't think that's a word.
In my dictionary, it is. So anyway, we had talked about it for a while about doing a podcast, and so we just finally decided to do it. And obviously, the girls part is, well, we're both girls. Okay, so that's easy.
No, I'm a hobbit.
You are not a hobbit.
Okay, fine.
Knitting, obviously, that was kind of a no-brainer because we both knit. Geeky. Well, that one was kind of a debate about what word to use. We both really, really, really like sci-fi type shows and
British sci-fi.
British stuff, and to read a lot. We're both always reading a book. And so we just kind of consider ourselves kind of geeky, nerdy type thing. And we just liked the word geeky, I guess, better than nerdy.
Actually, we had a debate about it.
Well, we did. And you didn't want to use nerdy because it's kind of become more mainstream.
Yes.
And so we ended up going with Geeky Girls Knit. And the logo we thought was kind of cool, especially since we're both wearing glasses now. Damaris just got glasses a few months ago. So we both kind of have the geeky glasses too. And
brainy specs.
Brainy specs. There you go. So that's kind of why Geeky Girls Knit. And we hope to use this podcast to just talk about our love of TV and sci-fi and reading and knitting and all kinds of fun stuff like that. If you have suggestions or ideas about what you might want to hear us talk about, we will tell you at the end of the show where you can kind of contact us. We have a blog and Twitter, and I haven't started the Ravelry group yet, but I'm going to, so that you can kind of leave comments if you want to talk to us or have ideas for us, or just want to say, yay, CC and Damaris, which we would love. Right?
Yeah.
Okay. Alrighty.
Hi, and now we're going to talk about what we have on our needles. Okay. So right now I'm knitting a Dalek.
Tell everybody what a Dalek is in case they don't know.
Okay, a Dalek is from Doctor Who. It is the Doctor's worst enemy, but I, along with a few of my friends, find Daleks absolutely and completely adorable.
Is there pink ones?
No. But there are rainbow-colored ones. Exterminate the rainbow.
Oh my goodness.
Yes, okay. Anyway.
I snorted. I kind of do that sometimes.
Anyway, I'm knitting a Dalek.
Show them.
Dalek, yeah, lots of ends.
Okay, well, let's hold it closer so they can see the little nubby thingies.
Baubles.
Baubles.
And her name is Pip, and I drew a picture of her a while ago, and I wanted to knit her, so
yeah.
That's what I'm doing. And the pattern is called Knitted Dalek Egg Cozy.
But we kind of edited it some because it was open on the bottom.
Yes, and I wanted it to be stuffed so I could sleep with it.
So I taught her the Emily O cast on. She kind of got it. I ended up helping her finish it out.
Actually, you did it for me.
We're not, like I said, we're not very good with crochet. And,
but I want to be. I want to be good at crochet.
Well, I won't learn from me. I'm not very good at it. But we did an Emily O cast on, and she did a bottom so that she can stuff it. Mm-hmm. What else is on your needles?
I'm going to do a tam. In case you don't know what a tam is, it's a hat. It's kind of like a beret, and the pattern is called Simon Tam. And in case some of you don't know, Simon Tam is a character from Joss Whedon's 2002 show Firefly.
Yes.
So, yeah, and I'm going to use this cool neon yarn to make it.
Yeah, but you frogged it.
Yes, because I got frustrated.
Yeah, it has a
And
little
it messed up.
it has a little weird thing in it that we kind of have to figure out.
Honeycomb something.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. I didn't really get a chance to look at the pattern when she was having trouble with it last night at midnight. So I need to kind of look at it and see if I can help her figure it out so that she can make this cool hat.
Tam.
Tam. But not river.
No, not river tam. But I'm going to make river tam in a different yarn because it's cool.
What else are you thinking about knitting?
I want to knit a Jane hat, and Jane is also a character from Firefly, and
her pattern's on her computer over here, and it was going to screensaver. That's why she jumped away.
yeah, Jane is also a character from Firefly, and he's got this cool red, orange, and yellow hat, and there's a pattern for it on Ravelry, so I want to make that too.
Anything else? I know you're doing some gifty stuff, so you can't talk about some of it. Yeah, we'll try to remember to show you, take pictures and post them on Ravelry pages so you can see them after they're gifted. Have you started Amy's scarf yet?
No. I'm going to write the pattern for this scarf from Doctor Who. Amy Pond wears it in the Series 6 episode Night Terrors, and it's different shades of blue, and
it's kind of stripy, isn't it?
Yeah, it is striped.
Yeah.
It is striped. And it's knit in like a 5x4 rib, and it's really cool, and I'm going to knit it sometime.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, you should have brought in your 2 scarves that you just finished recently and shown them. Maybe we'll do that in a little bit. We'll get some of our finished projects and show you what we've kind of finished recently.
Okay.
Okay.
I can't think of anything else. So, your turn.
My turn. Okay, well, I am working on 2 projects right now. The first one is called, it's long, it's called All the Shades of Truth, and I'm using Perfection yarn. This is the lightest pink, and then there's kind of this berry, and then this butterfly color, and then there's kind of a creamy fluff, and then there's a green sprout. And let me show you a picture of what it looks like. It is designed by, did I write her name down? Laura Ayler, and it's called All the Shades of Truth, and it's based on Frank
Lloyd Wright's.
Frank Lloyd Wright's architecture style. There it is, and you kind of knit in sections, like you knit this whole center section, and then you kind of pick up stitches along the top and along the bottom and everything, but it makes a really, really, really big, long stole wrap type thing. So I'm working on it. It is so many gazillion rows, so I think it's like 1,500 some odd rows. So you have to do like 77 rows before you're even 5% complete. But it's mindless knitting because it's all garter stitch. So gotta love that. So that's kind of my mindless knitting. Several of us at the shop are working on it. And so we're kind of doing a knit along, but all using different yarn and stuff. Did I say what kind of yarn I was using?
Perfection.
Perfection by Kramer Yarns in 5 different shades. And it is... got merino in it, so it's nice and yummy, lovely. The other thing that's kind of on my needles right now is the Cascade Christmas stocking. It's caught. Hold on. There we go. Okay, so there it is so far. And the really cool thing about this pattern is it's a free pattern on Ravelry, and we'll link to all these patterns we're working on in our show notes. But you can use anywhere from 4 to 10 colors, and then it's got groups that you choose from. So like this section right here, the zigzag kind of thing, is from group A, and then I'll pick another group A pattern for up by the toe, and I chose a candy cane striping kind of pattern. And then this pattern, the snowflakes, are from group B, and then the diamonds are from group C, and obviously group C is the majority. I'm over halfway done with it now, about to be ready to put the heel in on the scrap yarn and then you go back in and put it in as an afterthought. But I am going to be teaching a class on this stocking at our local yarn shop, Yarnies, in October, and be teaching it kind of as both a Christmas thing and a color work thing, because you only use 2 colors at one time in any one part of it. So that's kind of cool. Oh, yes, I know it's pink. I was going to do it in just kind of normal colors, but they convinced me. And who am I to argue about pink? This is what it looks like in normal colors. So, but I really like that it's got so many different designs in it, because you could really mix and match, so that your families like stockings all are similar, but you could use different patterns or different colors. In fact, I was talking to Carrie yesterday about doing some stockings like that for our family, and I think I'm going to use kind of as a consistent colors through it, like maybe a cream or white and a silver, and then maybe for myself I'll do obviously shades of pink for maybe 3 colors, and then for Damaris's maybe I'll do like a pink and a blue and a yellow, so, whereas the pinks would be matching on ours, 1 color pink, and then if I do Russ's in like blue and red and green, the blue on yours and the blue on his could match. So there would be kind of a thing to tie it all together. So that was kind of my idea, because I really don't think, as much as Russ loves me, I don't think he wants a pink stocking. Although we do have a pink Christmas tree. Well, we have a green one too.
Yes, we have a tiny pink Christmas tree.
Like a 4-foot one. Yeah. And what else is on my needles? A design pattern I'm doing for some baby legs, baby leg warmers, but I'm not going to show you. Yeah, that's what I'm going to call them, baby legs.
That sounds strange.
But they're cute, but they're mismatched, so they're really cute. But I'm not going to show you until I get finished with that and get it published. The Ravelinic games kind of got in my way. So that's kind of what's on my needles right now. I had a pair of socks going, but had a traumatic moment, and 2 stitches got dropped like all the way back down to the beginning, and it was a twist pattern, and so they're kind of sitting in timeout right now until I finish the stocking, and then I'll pick them back up and work on them. And now I have 12 gazillion things in my queue and all kinds of stuff, but that's what's kind of on my needles for right now. All right, you're up next. What are we doing?
Okay, we're showing off projects that we finished. Okay, so during the Ravelinic games, I found this pattern, this cool pattern for a scarf, based off of John Watson's jumper from the pilot episode of BBC's Sherlock.
Yep.
And it's really cool. It has cables, and yeah.
Put it up close. There you go. This is her first cabled project. Didn't she do amazing? I'm so proud of her.
Yeah, and the pattern's called the Flatmates Scarf.
But that's not what you called it. What did you call it?
Stop trying to make me laugh. I called it I'm Not His Date. I would explain why, but it would take a while. But it's really funny. I'll tell you sometime.
Yeah. Maybe she'll post it in the group or something.
Okay, and for so I was planning to finish this during the Ravelinic games, but I didn't.
But you came close.
Ish.
You had quite a bit of it done.
Close-ish.
But you finished it. Then that's the whole point.
Yes. I designed this. Well, it's not really a design. It's just a flat bit of stockinette. But and it's based off of Sherlock's scarf from Series 1, not Series 2 of BBC's Sherlock.
Yep. Sure.
Yeah. And it has little tassels too.
Fringy. I know it's hard to tell in this picture, but it's
Navy blue.
a navy blue. And we'll put links to these projects on our show notes so that you can see them.
Yeah, and I'm going to write up the pattern soon, sometime.
And what did you call that one?
High-functioning sociopath, because I'm not a psychopath, Anderson. I'm a high-functioning sociopath. Do your research.
Yes. Okay, and let me show you a couple of my Ravelinit Games projects. I was our team captain for the local yarn shop, and I kind of went overboard, and I did 7 projects during the games.
Yeah.
But anyway, so I did these
You finished them all.
and I did finish them all.
With time to spare.
With time to spare, yes. So I could have done 8, but no, that's crazy. Okay, so I did these socks, and they're called, wait, I can't remember what they're called. Sweet Spring Toe-Up Socks is the pattern by Wilma Becker. And this is in Regia Design Line Garden Effects in the Flower Garden colorway. And they're a little taller than anklets, but I kind of was losing my mind by the end of them. I was like, I'm done. I'm just done. And so they're a little shorter than I planned. And then the other socks that I did during the games are kind of just a plain old vanilla sock from the 2 at a time toe-up sock class I took at our local yarn shop. And this is also Regia Design Line. This is the Random Stripe by K Facet in the Sizzle colorway. And they're so yummy and so comfy and so wonderful to wear. And so that's another project that I finished recently. Okay, this last little section for today's podcast is going to be what we're watching and reading right now. I have been reading, I read all the time. I have a Kindle Fire and I download free books every day, pretty much. And some of them are good, some of them aren't, but they're free, and so I give them at least a chance. And so the one that I had just read a couple days ago, and I told you about it too because I thought you would really enjoy it. It's written by, I can't read my own writing, Lisa Berggren, and it's called the River of Time series. And the book I read was the first one called Waterfall, and it's about 2 teenage girls that get sent back in time, and they're sent back to kind of, I don't know, I can't remember. I think it was like the 1400s or something. And so that was kind of a good book. And apparently there's like 2 more full-size, full-length books in the series and 2 like short stories with it. So I want to get those, but of course they're not free right now. So I got to wait until I have the money to buy those. What else are we reading right now? What have you been reading?
Lord of the Rings by J.R.R. Tolkien.
That's kind of been her summer project for school, is to read Lord of the Rings, and then we've been watching the movies of them when she finishes. Also, we started reading together as a family. I'm trying to grab it from over here so I can show you. This book called Seven, An Experimental Mutiny Against Excess by Jen Hatmaker. Wonderful, wonderful book. And it's talking about taking 7 areas of your life: clothes, shopping, waste, food, possessions, media, and stress, and cutting back. And so we're kind of reading it out loud together and are implementing some of the stuff in it. Obviously, we can't do it all, but implementing some of the stuff in it as we read together as a family. Okay, are we ready to jump to what we've been watching?
Sure.
So we've been watching Saving Hope.
Mm-hmm.
And
with Erica Durance and Michael Shanks.
Yes, Erica's from Smallville, and Michael Shanks is from Stargate SG-1. And he's in a coma. He was in an accident and is in a coma.
Not Michael, his character.
No, oh yeah, his character. He was in a car accident and is in a coma, but is still kind of alert and he sees what's going on around him, and to his fiancée, who is Erica in her character. I mean, so we've been watching that this summer. We've been watching Alphas and Warehouse 13 because those just came back on
Sci-Fi.
On Sci-Fi.
On Sippy.
That's a Big Bang reference if you didn't know. We've been watching Falling Skies, but it just had its summer finale, and obviously that's a sci-fi one. Is it on TNT?
Yes.
TNT. So we watched that this summer. Now, okay, so I told you a while ago that I've got fibromyalgia, and so knitting for me is a very big calming, peaceful thing, but it's also a good distraction. And so I watch a lot of Netflix streaming type stuff, or listen to podcasts or watch podcasts while I'm knitting, kind of as a distraction. So we are constantly watching umpteen gazillion things. So we've been rewatching for the, I don't know how many a time now, Firefly.
The second.
Oh no, I had seen it much more before that.
Well, I remember you got it, and I watched some of the episodes, not all of them with you.
Yeah, but I had seen some of it before that too.
Yeah.
We've been watching Star Trek Next Generation.
I love Star Trek.
Because Damaris hadn't seen all of those, so we've kind of been watching those in order. Sherlock.
BBC Sherlock.
BBC Sherlock.
Yes, and I am impatiently waiting for the Series 2 disc to get here.
Yes.
Impatiently waiting.
You'll have to wait a little bit longer, though, because the other ones had already shipped out before we moved it up on the queue. But we'll get them there. But I really want to rewatch Series 1 before we watch Series 2.
Yes.
So, The Big Bang Theory, we've been watching that. And it cracks us up. We love it. Damaris and I can sing the whole theme song, and it really annoys Russ, and he comes up with a different sound every time instead of the Big Bang at the end of the theme song. Pop, crash. I don't know.
Bazinga.
Bazinga. So we've been watching that. We've been watching Magnum PI. And Damaris gets so tickled at the short shorts that he wears.
And his mustache. He's got a caterpillar on his lip. It's like a caterpillar.
We've been watching MacGyver.
Richard Dean Anderson can rock a mullet.
Yes. And we love him in Stargate SG-1 too.
Yeah.
He is amazing. We've been watching Cheers, which makes me feel old because Damaris had never seen any of them before. So it made me feel old. I've been watching episodes of Columbo, which crack me up. And it's really good knitting TV, especially if it's a mindless guard, like my All the Shades of Truth or whatever.
They tell you who the murderer is.
I know, but then it's so cool to watch him figure out who it is, because he doesn't know.
But they tell you, you're supposed to figure it out on your own.
Well, but that's not how they set it up for this show. So I've been watching that. What have you been watching?
Doctor Who. Yes.
That should not surprise anyone. Go ahead. I am not a Doctor Who fan.
She doesn't get it.
Which is really kind of strange, because typically Russ and Damaris and I all have the same taste in TV and stuff. So
maybe it's because it's British.
I don't know, but I like Sherlock.
But if they did a crossover, would you watch it then?
Probably. I've seen some of the episodes. It's just not my favorite. Anyway, go ahead and talk about it.
Yes. I'm waiting impatiently for the premiere of Series 7, Asylum of the Daleks, on Saturday, even though I probably won't get to watch it because we don't have BBC America.
I'm sorry.
Yes. But I've been watching the mini adventure on the BBC site Pond Life. It's funny.
It is pretty funny, actually. I've been watching those with you, so that's kind of funny.
Yeah.
And then what we're excited about that's going to be starting in the next month or so, Revolution will be starting on the 17th of September, and that's J.J. Abrams' new show, which we really like him. Like I said, he did Lost, he did Fringe. We're excited for that to come back. It comes back on the 28th for its final season, and so we're really excited for that to come back. Once Upon a Time is back on the 30th of September. You need to rewatch some of them, though, because you missed some of the episodes. So, but we like that. We're curious about Elementary. You want to
I'm kind of on it because BBC Sherlock is fairly recent, and I'm wondering why America is doing a new Sherlock show when there's already a new Sherlock show set in the present day going on right now.
Right. This is the one where they're going to have a female play Watson. Who is it?
Lucy Liu.
Lucy Liu is going to play Watson. So it starts on the 27th of September. So we're going to give it a try and see what we think.
I'm kind of that.
So I don't know. We may not continue watching that. Another new one that we're going to try is Arrow. It's going to be on the CW. It doesn't start until October the 10th, it looks like. And it's a Green Arrow series.
I'm sad they're not doing Justin Hartley as the Green Arrow.
I know.
Because Justin Hartley played the Green Arrow in Smallville.
Yeah, we like Smallville too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of am too. So I don't know how. I'm not usually a big fan of CW shows, so I'm not sure what I'm gonna think. But we might give it a shot. And then Merlin. When is Merlin coming back?
I don't know, but they are doing a series 5. I think it premieres in Great Britain sometime, like in late fall, possibly early winter. I'm not really sure.
So I wonder if we'll get it like in the spring.
I'm not really sure.
Because wasn't it on like into this early summer?
Mhm.
So I'm wondering if we'll get it like maybe in the spring. So we're excited for Merlin to come back too. So that's.
I know the beginning of a lot of shows.
She does.
By heart.
She does. She would be good on one of those like quiz shows where the category is TV theme songs. Okay, so that's what we're watching and reading right now.
Hey, thanks for watching our first episode of our podcast, Geeky Girls Knit.
Yes, we appreciate you watching. I will put a slide up in the podcast to remind you of our website, which is geekygirlsknit.wordpress.com, and that's where the show notes will be. You can find both of us on Ravelry. Again, I'm Java Pearl, JAVAPURL, and you are?
Princess Damaris, PRINCESSDAMARIS.
And I'll be starting a group on Ravelry too tonight or later this afternoon where I'll put up a link to the show notes. But also we would really, really appreciate your feedback. Let us know if you liked what we did today, if you will keep watching, if you have ideas for us for what to talk about or anything. We're on Twitter as Geeky Girls Knit. Everything's spelled correctly in that. GEEKYGIRLSKNIT. And thanks again for watching, and we hope to be back. We're planning to do this probably once a week, and so we hope to be back next week with a new episode. Bye, y'all.
Bye.
Happy knitting.
Live long and prosper.